Sunday, everyone. How are you? Hey, listen, I wanted to share some information with you guys. For those of you who don't know, I am a travel agent and I book travel for individual groups, big and small. But there is, if you haven't renewed your driver's license, you're going to get a nice little notice when you do renew your license. Of course, I had to renew mine this month for my birthday. It's my birthday. And there was a nice little notice in there that you have to apply for a real ID. And I don't know if you guys have heard of it or if you're aware of it. If not, you will get it when you renew your license. It'll be in your notification. So, what is it? The real ID, if I chose not to go into DMV, first of all, I renewed mine by mail. I don't think I read through it all the way. I don't think it will affect me. But if you renew by mail, they will give you your license, but it will have this at the top right hand corner. Let me see if you can see that. You see that there? It says federal limits apply. And what that is, you will not be able to board a flight, a domestic flight, anywhere in the 50 United States. Not everyone travels, so I have to reiterate that. So if you travel by plane anywhere, Los Angeles to New York, Florida, anywhere in the 50 United States, you need to have a real ID. What happens if you do not have a real ID? What if you choose to do like I did, renew your license by mail? You will get your license. It will have that stamp on there, federal limits apply. You will have to carry your passport with you as a form of ID to board a domestic flight. I'm trying to see if it has any more information on here. You will not be able to enter into certain federal buildings. It does not say what federal buildings, which ones you will not be able to enter, but there are certain federal buildings you will not be able to enter without a real ID. Um, If you choose to get the real ID, you must go into the DMV. You will need your birth certificate or some form of ID. I'm trying to read. It says birth certificate, passport, permanent resident card, or an unexpired foreign passport with valid US visa and an approved I-95 form. So those are the forms of ID you'll need to go into DMV to apply for a real ID. That's a U.S. birth certificate, a U.S. passport, a permanent resident card, or an unexpired foreign passport with a valid U.S. visa stamped in it. Also, you can take your social security card, a California residence card, California residence, such as a home utility bill that lists your name and physical address. Okay, so you need one of them forms of ID to take into DMV with you in order to get your real ID. That's what it's called, the real ID. So, like I said, I chose to renew mine via mail. So I have that nice little stamp on there that says federal limits apply. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna let you know how that turns out because I'm headed to Cancun. Um, but I have my passport, so oh yeah, that should be okay. But if I'm booking any travel for you and I ask you if you have your real ID, this is what I'm referring to you. I know I have a couple of ladies that are going on vacation and they're traveling internationally, so they have their passports. Another thing about your passport, it lasts for 10 years. But if your passport, just take for example, I'm going to Cancun this month. I need 6 months on the back end of my passport. So if my passport expires in October of 2018 and I'm leaving in September, I'm going to have an issue with that because it has to have 6 months on the back end. So if I'm leaving in September, that's October, November, December, January, February, March. My passport cannot expire within those 6 months. I hope that's making sense to you guys. Um, so that's on the passport end. Like I said, feel free to inbox me if you want more information on that. If you haven't applied for a passport, you should, get that. I can help you with that if you need it, or you can just go into DMV, take a 2x2 headshot with you, and apply for your passport. Again, for the True ID, you'll need to take your passport. So if you're going to renew it, you're there. Why not just do it both at the same time? Get your passport and your real ID. Okay, so that is on that. Second thing I wanted to bring up, I noticed on Facebook, I see in my on the feeds, people are donating money for whatever cause they choose for their birthday. They're asking you to donate money to this charity. Just know that I'm not asking you guys to donate any money for any charity on my behalf. So if it comes up on my feed on your page, I didn't authorize it. So if you choose to donate, I did not ask for it. I don't know where it's going. I have not investigated that those charities. Just know that I didn't do it. Okay. And then lastly, like I said, I am headed to Cancun. And if you're following me on Facebook and Instagram, then you know. And if you know me, then you know I travel. I love to travel. And then I try to share that with you all here on Facebook or Instagram. So now I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try YouTube. I created a YouTube channel, um, Adventures with Single Sister Travel. I would appreciate it if you guys would go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and then click that little bell that's next to the subscription button. It will notify you every time I upload a video. So I'm going to try to upload video while I'm in Cancun and share with you guys. So again, if you guys would go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel, Adventures with Single Sister Travel, I would truly appreciate that. And I will keep you guys updated on any changes with this Real ID, what you need to do, passport, applying for your passport. If you have any questions on that, feel free to inbox me. Thank you guys so much for your time. Again, happy Sunday.